We move on next here tonight to our week-long series on news literacy. And tonight we're going to focus on Florida's Sunshine Law, which allows access to government meetings and public records. I-Team investigator Adam Walser explains here how vital that information really is and why journalists sometimes face roadblocks in getting you the facts you need.
When we get daily COVID reports, attend school board meetings, or learn about a high-profile arrest, we are getting access to information government agencies are required to provide under Florida's Open Records or Sunshine Law.
Here in Florida, we have one of the most open public records laws in the country.
Sandra Bentel is a public information officer for the St. Petersburg Police Department, who previously worked as a journalist and journalism teacher.
It is perfectly within your right as a citizen or as a journalist. Anyone really can make a public records request.
Not all information is readily available, so newsrooms like ours make hundreds of records requests every year. When some records come in, it can feel like winning the lottery. Florida lottery records we got showed a pattern of store owners repeatedly claiming top prizes in scratch-off games.
You won like 20,000. You got some pretty good ones?
I'm not interested in nothing, man. Turn it off, please.
The I-Team has reported for years how lottery retailers won huge prizes dozens of times despite tiny odds. That investigation led to new security measures and increased your chances of winning. Records show that FDOT approved 5 straight months of delays for weather days and holidays. Public records helped us uncover how road contractors added years to road construction projects, prompting changes that will enable you to spend less time stuck in construction zones. The I-Team obtained new internal documents showing a huge backlog, and we used records to show how the state office that investigates professional guardians fell down on the job, leading to a new state law and major reforms.
If we're not allowed to see the actual government records, how can there even be investigative journalism?
Pam Marsh is executive director of the First Amendment Foundation, a nonprofit that helps news media access public information. She says Florida government agencies are becoming less transparent.
It's been chipped away by the legislature every year, and these exemptions are being manipulated and distorted by local governments, by sheriff's offices, and by executive governor agencies.
Here's an example of how a police report we requested was redacted, using exemptions allowed under the law. And law enforcement can also prevent media from obtaining crime information under Marcy's Law.
Marcy's Law was something that appeared on the ballot. This is something that the residents of Florida wanted. They wanted to make sure that victims had the right to withhold the information if they so chose.
It was meant to protect victims of crimes, and now it's being used to protect a bank that was robbed, a school that was victim of graffiti. I mean, that's not what that was intended for.
In other cases, agencies charge big fees to gather and redact records. When we asked for information about a sheriff's office's plane that was purchased for more than $1 million but wasn't included in the annual budget, we got an $821 fee estimate.
Because it's the taxpayer's information. Why should you have to pay for it twice, right? And we have seen $42,000 bills coming from a request regarding contact tracing.
Speaking of the pandemic, our station, other Florida media, and the First Amendment Foundation took legal action against the state when they claimed important information was exempt from disclosure.
We just wanted general data on the numbers of infected, deaths, schools, daycares. We've been through round after round after round.
After weeks, the state finally began providing that information. Marsh says records like those are vitally important to a free press and informed public.
We want journalists relying on the actual facts. We want them to know the real story. Who's making the decisions? How are the decisions being made? How much money is being spent on these decisions?
I'm Adam Walser reporting.